In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Geekodrome. Bite me, fanboy. Geekodrome is the weekly roundtable discussion of all things geek. Over here, I'm Jon. Over there, that's Stugots.
Hey, simsalabim.
How you doing, Stugots?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing
How you
right.
doing?
I'm,
How you doing?
getting into the 2018 slowly but surely.
We're into the swing of it, baby. The winter blues are hitting everybody like a freight train.
You know, the winter blues aren't hitting me. It's that winter hibernation that's killing me.
Oh, I don't know what that's like. I might be planning a day at the beach in the next couple of days.
Meanwhile, I have enough trouble like waking up in the morning. And when I do wake up on time, I just want to stay in my warm, cozy blanket.
I don't blame you. That cold weather is just oppressive. You can feel the ice particles forming at the end of your alveoli, burning your lungs.
Well,
with every breath.
It was sub-zero temperatures here last week.
Yeah.
Freezing cold to the point where
I don't know what that's like anymore.
Yeah, I know. To the point where my car wouldn't start and I had to get it jumped. So
it was 32 degrees here the other morning.
I know.
And then all of a sudden the sun came up and it was like 60. And you're like, man, this ain't so bad.
Yeah, I had friends who were running the Disney World marathon this past weekend. So I was getting constant reports of conditions, of the weather there, because it was a group of them who were running, so they were kind of keeping each other updated. It was interesting, but I still would have rather been there than here.
Here's the update: it's cold. It's Florida, but it's cold.
I know, but when you got to start running at like 5:30 in the morning, it's tough. I mean, half my friends ended up with the flu.
I had a couple people tell me that it's really not cold at 32 degrees. It's freezing. It's freezing point. It's cold.
Pretty much.
When you're used to consistent 80-degree weather or higher, okay, where we have 4 or 5 months of the year of 90+ weather, 32 degrees is really cold.
Dude, in New York, 32 degrees is still cold. That's what we had today.
Right, but I had people, 32 degrees ain't cold. Stop whining. It's not whining. That's weather. It's actually the freezing point for water. That's how cold it is.
That is true. There is a bottle of frozen water in my car right now.
It's science, motherfucker.
Word to your science. So, I got to ask, Stugots, are there any fandoms that you subscribe to?
I subscribe to many fandoms. I am a big fan of wrestling, as you guys know. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I'm a big fan of superheroes. I don't like a lot of fandom, though. And it's not like a one fandom in particular or another. It's the mindset of we know better, than the creator. I remember one time hearing fans ask a question to the dude who played Boba Fett at an autograph signing. A gun from one type of rifle to the other. And the dude was just like, they handed me a gun and I shot it when they said action. And I stopped shooting it when they say cut.
That's the Shatner scene from Saturday Night Live like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When he's at a convention and the Trekkies are asking him questions.
Oh my God, that was the best sketch. I love that one.
And he's just like, get a life. Have you even kissed a girl?
Get outside.
I mean, it's something that's been bothering me for a long time now as well, because I subscribe to a lot of the same comic book superhero stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm a diehard Star Wars fan, and, I enjoy the Harry Potter. But it's just like, I don't understand. Like, it's something that's really risen up in the last 10, 15 years.
Everybody hates everything. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's become even more so. But it kind of started with like fanfics and whatever, 15, 20 years ago, when people wanted to write their own stories and they kind of would share them on the internet and things like that. And then it slowly became, I know this better than the writers and they should do what I want.
Well, the two worst fandoms to me right now are Star Wars fans and pro wrestling fans.
Okay. Well, I mean, pro wrestling has always had its smarks who think they know the product better than.
But when you and this is just a simple example, the WWE cut pyro from their television programming. Okay. And they had some astronomical figure, let's just say 500,000 an episode for pyro. Okay. It's probably a little less, but if you add up, they have 2 live shows. So that's about $1 million a week in pyro. If they cut that from the budget, $1 million a week times 52 weeks, that's 52 million that they're not spending. Therefore, that's profit. Stock prices go up. That's how you run a company. And people who who've never had a real job in their lives, probably,
of course,
sit around and say stuff like, "Oh, the McMahons don't know how to run a company." The on-screen product might not be what we all agree it should be, but from a business standpoint, that makes sense. You have an expenditure that you eliminated. You held on to that money. That is now profit.
Yeah, I mean, as a wrestling fan, it's just like, yeah, I'm going to root for the guys I like. I know it's predetermined. I'm still going to root for like Luke Skywalker, and I know that's, pre-scripted too. But, it's just like, yeah, I love watching Jericho. I love watching a lot of guys. But it's like, does the pyro really affect the product?
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly. If it affected the product, I'd be like, what the fuck? And
a couple guys had to readjust their entrances.
You know what?
Big deal.
I like Bailey's entrance, and she's got those fucking inflatables.
Inflatable swinging arm guys.
Yes, I mean they're hilarious. It's you can't take it seriously, but it's just so much fun to watch.
Yes.
When she comes out, because I've started watching wrestling again because of you.
Good.
I had been lapsed for like the last 10 years or so.
Wait till we get to my hot pick this week.
Oh, well, then we're going to end the show early. We're going to go straight to hot picks.
Yes.
And, never mind. I still want to talk wrestling and fandom.
Yes.
But yeah, like wrestling fans, like I used to read all the online dirt sheets and whatever. And like, I was a smart mark, among many. And I enjoyed the show, but it was just, the Monday Night Wars. It was really exciting at the time.
Yeah.
And there was so much cool drama even going on behind the scenes.
Then you had ECW thrown into the mix.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember watching that, too, on Saturday nights.
Yep, on MSG Network.
Oh, yeah. Of course, they were great for those quick snippets, but those early pay-per-views were a little rough to watch.
Yeah.
Well, One Night Only, Barely Legal.
But at the same time, as a fan, it was like, this was awesome because the offshoot company that is going to go out of business at any day is just had a gigantic payday to keep them fluid for another year.
Well, but that's just it. They were the young upstarts. They were just willing to do anything because they needed attention. I mean,
and at the same time, I wasn't watching it to point out what they were doing bad. I would watch it because I wanted them to succeed, because I was a fan of wrestling, of a particular match or style that they were fighting in. I still wanted them to succeed as a fan because that just meant more wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, some of their more hardcore stuff went really backyard wrestling.
Yeah.
And I wasn't so much a fan of that. But then you see
backyard wrestling came from it.
Oh, I'm well aware. The popularity of backyard wrestling came from there.
Yeah.
I mean, it existed before that. But then you see like Sabu jump off like the balcony of the Hammerstein Ballroom. And you're just like, fuck yeah. So it's just like, it was a balance. And, guys like Chris Jericho got his start there. It's where he got his first American title. And it was
the ECW TV title.
Yes. And Joey Styles said, watch this man. He's going places. This is only his first title.
Yep.
And meanwhile, Jericho just, headlined Wrestle Kingdom last week. What? Oh, am I spoiling your hot pick?
Yeah.
I just have that smart mark thing going. So,
it's okay.
I'm just.
We'll talk about it in great detail.
Course. Come on. But yeah, so it's just like there was a lot of excitement there. That's what made the show interesting.
Right.
You were watching a highlight reel for an hour. Like,
Yes.
you weren't watching the slow parts of the match, and we learned that one the hard way. But, they got better. And by the end, they were a solid show to watch.
It was solid because you cared about who you were watching. And so they had great characterization, they had good storylines. So if something lacked in technical prowess, it made up for it in the overall storyline.
Yeah, I mean, look how much of it got adopted, like, by the big two. I mean, they are where really that's where the WWE's Attitude Era came from.
Oh, without a doubt.
And it's without a doubt, and a lot of that talent was getting picked up by the big two as well.
And especially when WCW expanded to the Thunder program, they did not have the talent roster to carry another 2-hour program, so they had to start plucking even more talent from ECW.
Oh yeah, to the point where
as a fan, you wanted that because these guys now are going from making maybe $50 a night to like a couple $100,000 working for WCW. It was awesome for them.
Well, that's also why WWE started working contracts with ECW to stop that from happening. Where they were just like, all right, well, let's trade, let's get the guys on our shows, and they were working deals with Paulie to stop it.
And it's like, as a fan, that's what you wanted because it meant the guys got paid. You're going to have even more wrestling to watch. Now, I don't think that would happen. I think the fans would reject a lot of stuff because they only want to like what they want to like, and that's it. They won't sit for a lot of stuff that they don't like.
But you can't see me.
Yeah. You can't see me.
I don't know. Is it that much tougher for somebody to get over in the WWE now than it was like 10 years ago?
Yeah. The proof of that is guys who go from NXT and that are hugely over with that hardcore crowd, like Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor, and then having difficulty connecting with that larger audience. The Wyatts are a great example of that. In NXT, they were gigantic and they connected with the crowd on the main roster, but the home viewer doesn't seem to have connected with them.
I think some of them are slowly growing in. I think all of them actually slowly growing into it because Balor's now got the Balor Club, the Wyatts.
Yes.
I mean, Wyatt's going up against Matt Hardy now, isn't he?
Yes.
So they're gonna have a big.
Bray Wyatt though should have been a big money making character for them. That there's no doubt that should have been a guy who the character could be a gigantic babyface for the company.
Really? Because I went to a show, was it a year ago or whatever, and it just seemed like this cool, creepy thing when he first came out, where everyone's pulling up. The entrance
is not a heel entrance. That is definitely right off the bat. That's a babyface entrance
with the sheep mask and everything.
Yeah, you have the whole audience turning the flashlights on their cameras for his entrance, on their phones rather, to look like fireflies in the audience. Like, audience participation to an entrance is not a heel.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys who are kind of getting there, though. I mean, we've mentioned before, like Enzo Amore is really entertaining.
He's found his own, and a lot of times it's. The fans wouldn't. He was doing every single thing the same as what he's doing right now. It's just the fans wanted to boo him, so now it's like, all right, well, boo me, and that's it.
And he does the same shtick, but now as a heel.
Yeah.
And he's got the Zoe train.
Yes,
backing him up. It's entertaining. So yeah, like I said, I'm back into wrestling because of you, Bastich. To the point where I might go to a show in a few weeks.
Do it.
But yeah.
Do it. Go.
All right. It's on then. But like wrestling fans have always been very passionate, and it's just gotten like over the top. I mean, and it's not just them. I mean, if you are you a fan of the Harry Potter at all?
It's very good, but
I mean, it's good. It's entertaining. It gets a bit windy towards the end, but like especially the sixth book is very fan service, where it's just like we're doing things because we think the fans want to see these characters hooking up. Well, it's like the character,
Yeah.
the readers are very much like, I want to see this character hooking up with this character and this character hooking up with that one, to the point where in the end, because Harry and Hermione didn't hook up, and it was Harry and Ginny and Ron and Hermione, a lot of people were very mad and like angry at J.K. Rowling to the point where they're like threatening her and saying, "We know better than you." And it's like, she created the characters.
No. Yeah, it's my character. I know what it's supposed to do.
Exactly. And it's becoming problematic because it's everything. It's comic books are like that. Books are like that. Any major franchise.
Yes. All right. I'm going to read you the Star Wars fans' tips to J.J. Abrams for the next
Oh, God. And
film.
This is one fan, or this is a group of fans?
Okay.
Or
this is popular consensus.
Oh, God.
Like if you take up all the things that you see being said about it, make it the same as the original trilogy, but also make it different. Don't change anything. Make sure to include surprises, but not surprises we don't want. Avoid surprises. Don't rehash anything. Also, don't try something new because we won't like it. Make sure you do justice to the cast, but we won't say how. Make sure you get it right. I want everything to be exactly the way I want it, but different, but the same. Make sure we know the backstories to all of the characters, even the incidental ones, because we were all speculating, and you better be reading my mind.
And spoon feeding us everything.
Yes. Leave it mysterious. No CGI. Keep it practical. Make sure to expand the universe like in the prequels. CGI, but don't use a lot of CGI. Don't do anything the prequels did, or Force Awakens, or the original trilogy, but make it just like those films. Give it some humor, but don't make it funny. Show us some cool new Force powers, but not some of them are just funny. I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
show us new Force powers, but not ones we haven't seen before, because new powers are ridiculous. Why haven't we seen them yet? Don't kill anyone, because this will betray my childhood. These characters have to live forever, even if the actors haven't. Make it unpredictable by killing off a few characters, but not a lot of characters, but not any characters. Do you understand?
I completely understand. You want the same, but different. And new and exciting while familiar and old.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm down.
You want that new car smell with that warning car feel.
And rich Corinthian leather, of course.
Oh, yes, fine Corinthian leather.
So, yeah, I mean, the backlash has been ridiculous on this movie, on Last Jedi. And it's just like, well, you want the same movie, but you don't want the same movie. It's like, make up your mind. What do you want? I mean, do you want
the same movie, but it has to be a new movie?
Well, so I mean, it's the same people who complained that Force Awakens was too close to A New Hope, who are the same ones who are complaining that Last Jedi is too much of
It's too much of a departure.
Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. And it's just like, well, you have to make up your mind. Do you want a departure or do you want the same thing? I mean, the problem is that Force Awakens had to reintroduce Star Wars to a new generation.
Right.
Admittedly,
and you had to reintroduce old characters, introduce new characters, hook you in, at the same time keep the old audience happy. And to me, it did it. I enjoyed the movie.
I have watched it quite a few times over the last 2 years, and I still enjoy it. I have only seen Last Jedi twice, but I'll wait till it's on cable at this point. I don't need to see it.
And some of the complaints of the main character's a woman. Why? Why is the other dude black?
So,
why can't they be white like in the originals?
So,
well, so what?
There's a book. I'm gonna forget the name of it, but it was a story of the making of Star Wars, and Lucas is quoted in there saying he wanted a diverse cast, and the studio wouldn't let him. Like, I want to say he wanted I'm blanking on the actor, a famous Japanese actor to play the part of Obi-Wan, and things like that. And like, so he wanted, according to this book, which came out, in the 1990s, he wanted the diverse characters, but couldn't get it then, and kind of slowly put a little bit in there, as you went, but not much. And, and then he did it in the prequels.
Yeah.
And he did it some more and it's more so in the new trilogy. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the leads in the prequels also were white.
But people had the same complaints about Rogue One. Why is Forrest Whitaker's role? Why did he get that role? Why is the main character? What?
Because he's a great actor.
Oh, he is. Exactly. That's my point. Like, well, great actors are getting these roles. If you fucking cast Kevin Hart as Finn, yeah, you're placating. I get it. The dude who plays Finn is really good.
Yeah. He's a good actor.
I don't know anyone who may have pulled off the Forrest Whitaker role in Rogue One besides him. He was very good at it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great role, but he was good at it.
He made it. He excelled in it.
Yeah, he made it his own. He very much did. But like, all right, so the one complaint, I shouldn't say the one complaint I saw from a movie screenwriter, famous one, Max Landis.
Yes.
He called Rey a Mary Sue. I looked at it and went, how is she a Mary Sue? She's almost exactly like Luke. Like, she mirrors Luke's storyline.
I don't know that point of references.
You don't know what a Mary Sue is?
No.
All right, I'm going to actually get a quick definition so I give it a proper. All right. So from Google, a Mary Sue is an original character in fan fiction, usually but not always female, who for one reason or another is deemed undesirable by fan critics. A character may be judged Mary Sue if she is competent in too many areas, WRG, whatever that means, is physically attractive, or is viewed as admirable by other sympathetic characters. So ultimately, it's sort of like, it tends to be a more cardboard character that you kind of put your emotions into, and just kind of goes along with the story, and isn't proactive, isn't interesting, and it's just kind of along for the ride. It's also a bit of a power fantasy sometimes.
Wow.
But
I didn't get that at all from her.
Yeah, to call her Mary Sue would be calling, Mark Hamill Mary Sue back in the day.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I came out of Star Wars. I wanted to be Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are plenty of little girls who came out of Force Awakens and wanted to be Rey.
We were sitting in the theater watching Last Jedi. Rey comes on the screen. The little girl sitting behind us went and this is a shoot. She looked up and she just went, "Whoa, Daddy, she's beautiful." What more could you want in a character that moves an audience member to say something like that? Okay. And a little kid, that's what you want, because that's the audience for these movies.
Oh, yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's a huge problem with fandom. They think these movies are made for you, the 45-year-old guy who's been watching these movies since 1978. It's not. The movie in 1978 was made for who you were in 78, a 5-year-old. This movie today is made for that same generation, that same age group. You just happen to go see it because it says Star Wars on the marquee.
Well, Lucas has said Star Wars was made for 6-year-olds. And then when he made the prequels, they were made for 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
That was his target audience. You grew up, and he was targeting the kids. So the stuff that they like was in there. And, okay, we didn't like Jar Jar Binks. But you know who did? Kids who buy toys.
Yes.
So, they did something right.
An adult fan, is going to say, I'm going to buy toys. I'm a collector. You're buying one. A kid might buy 3, 4.
Some of these adult collectors buy a lot more than 1 or 2, but yeah.
No, I meant like one, like of a figure.
Oh.
Did I buy? Oh, they buy more than one of one figure?
Sometimes I'll buy one to keep carded, one to open up.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Trust me, I used to be one. Actually, I just want to. This is a much better definition from Wikipedia. Mary Sue is an idealized and seemingly perfect fictional character. Often this character is recognized as an author insert or wish fulfillment. And yes, there are stories and movies that do have these characters. Star Wars has never been one of them.
But Rey's flawed. She has no idea who she is, and she wants to find out in the worst way, even if it means sacrificing.
Well, the other thing is that it was chapter 1 of a 3-chapter story.
Yeah.
And, so obviously they have to leave something for the future movies. It's not like, we're going to walk up and like, all right, here's everything about Rey. Here's her parents. Here's her, full Jedi training. She's a god. Let's move on. It's
case closed. Next.
Exactly. I mean, I like the fact that we have the big reveal of her parents and it's just blown off.
Yeah.
It's like your parents are nobody. They sold you for beer money and ran away. The fact that we don't know who Snoke is, we'll probably get some books or something later on.
I'm sure there's going to be something that, I mean, look, when you and I watched the original trilogy, we didn't know who the hell the Emperor was.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't know.
We didn't think we would ever find out.
It took almost 20 years for us to find out who the Emperor was, to get his backstory.
You sons of bitches don't want to wait 20 weeks.
And even
20 minutes.
Even Darth Vader, we just found out he was Anakin. He turned to the dark side. There were all these little stories that we thought we knew, like he was in the Clone Wars and, this, that, and the other. And then 20 years later, we get a movie explaining it all, and we're just like,
We're clamoring for it, like, oh, we want to find out who this character is in the worst way. We find out, and everyone's like, meh.
Yeah, it's like people don't want mysteries anymore. It kind of annoys me.
No. No one wants that slow burn of a story that makes you buy in emotionally.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, what's the last story that was really a slow build like that?
Well, in wrestling, it would have been Daniel Bryan.
Okay. But how about a pre-planned storyline, not necessarily wrestling, which kind of meanders and changes and whatever over time and has to have the audience buy in, but just a story that is created with the slow burn that doesn't depend on the audience to build it.
I don't know.
I mean, the last one I can really think of is the Harry Potter series.
Yeah. I mean, it straight up, you knew going into it, it was not going to be over in one movie or even 2 or even 3.
No. I
guess Game of Thrones.
Well, she announced early on that once the books started getting popular, that it would be 7. Yeah. Game of Thrones is the one I thought of after I asked, after I said Harry Potter, but
because it's a huge time investment and you have so much time, like downtime for the viewer in between this, each season.
Oh,
you got to hope that audience still comes back,
Wait, you thought that was bad? He put 7 years between books.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be a 7-book story as well.
Yeah.
And the last book came out 6 years ago. We're still waiting on book 6. Season 7 has already aired. And season 8, which is really 7.5, is airing. Now they've announced it's in 2019.
Wow.
So they're not even making it in 2018. But the bigger problem is that the TV series, they know the framework of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it really, as soon as you got past the books, you could just see the story suffering, and you could just see they were just not as good writers.
Yes, I'm sure.
George R.R. Martin.
Because you don't have that framework anymore to build off of.
And he is, you can say a lot about George R.R. Martin's writing, but he knows how to build a very complex story.
Yeah.
And he knows how to do dialogue for these characters.
Because they're his characters.
Exactly. And he knows how to get them going. And I just want to say hey to Spanky Frank, who just joined us in the chat.
Spanky Frank, your life's a movie.
Because he said hi. So yeah, but yeah, it's nobody wants a slow build. It's amazing that we got it with Game of Thrones. Because otherwise it's people just want it now. They want to binge watch it and be done.
What about music fandom? Like Fish and the Grateful Dead.
I don't think there's as much demand in that same way. they want more music, but they're willing to wait, and they're willing to go to concerts and hope they hear their favorite music. And they're not, and especially like Fish, it's just like they just want to get,
high.
Yeah, high is a good word for it, and listen to really long, drawn out.
Shitty.
Well, I'm not going to judge the music.
I will. I'll judge it. It's fine. Spanky's listening, so I'll put it down.
I enjoy the songs. I don't enjoy the jam band aspect.
Yes, I get it.
I can tell you songs I like from the Grateful Dead. I can tell you songs I like by Fish. But it's like they're willing to wait it out. And the thing is that, like with Fish, like the guys doing, even when it's not going, the guys have solo projects.
Yeah.
I mean,
so the Fish fans, that fandom, might be the best fandom.
Yeah, because it's all love of the art. There's really, I don't know if I've ever seen negative, critical from their fan base. Like you and I are giving we're giving our negative opinions, but we're not saying we don't like Fish for what they do. We're just saying it's not for us.
Right.
And I think
I'm not saying what they do is wrong. It's working. They sell out. They do shows all over the place. It's just not my thing. But their fans love it and support it fully. And that's awesome. That's what you want from a fan.
Exactly. I mean, I can't stand Taylor Swift, but her fan base, they love her. She can't do anything wrong.
She can't do no wrong.
She can't do no wrong. I mean,
it's the next song coming out on her album.
Oh.
I can't do no wrong.
But yeah, I mean,
with you by my side. It's my favorite Taylor Swift song.
Oh, she's going back to country. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That'll be a real departure from her pop music career.
Well, yeah, she's gonna make it happen.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think people just want to hate things now. It's the biggest problem.
They do. There's everyone. The other part of it is binge watching. People have in their head of, I can watch all 10 episodes of a series over the course of a weekend where I do nothing but eat pizza and watch TV. And then I know
what I did last weekend.
And then it's like, well, so there you go. And then I could turn around and spoil it for everyone and be like, hey, look at me. I know what happened. Well, yeah, because you didn't do anything for like the last day and a half. And you watched 10 hours of programming.
Yeah, that's how I watched Mindhunter this weekend.
Is it good?
It's really good. It's so cold here. It was like, we're not going out. We ordered in pizza. We watched that, and we chilled. But but it's just like normally I don't get to do that. I spread it out a little more, and some shows are just really tough to necessarily. But I mean, is there anything like what are you anticipating now? How about that?
Oh, Infinity War.
Yeah, so am I.
Big time. I mean, I cannot wait for that movie. And I knew that's how I thought about it already, but the trailer being released just cemented it for me. Of fuck, I need this movie to come out sooner.
Yeah,
I hate waiting. The idea of waiting till May, even with all the stuff I have going on in my personal life, the idea of still waiting for that movie, for that 2-hour film, is maddening. Why am I waiting? It's done already. You aren't doing edits. You have it.
Well, they're still doing edits and special effects.
Let me see it without the special effects. I like it anyway.
I'm in.
I'm not going to poo-poo it.
I don't think there's anything they could do to make me not like that movie at this point.
At this point, no. It's like they know it. It's the cogs of the Big Ben clock. That movie is going to chime 12 come midnight.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, what's the last bad Marvel movie? And I know there have been some bad ones.
The Dolph Lundgren Punisher.
Dude, that's not part of the Marvel U. And that was 20, 30 years ago. I mean, Spanky Frank here is willing to put off his suicide attempts until after the next Marvel movie. So.
Yes, like that's my point now. When I get psych patients at work, like, I mean, what are you going to kill yourself for? You didn't see Infinity War yet,
and that's going to be 2-part movie. So you got it in 2018 and 19.
19. You got to stick around for another year and a half before you check out, baby.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, they're not the most complex films. They're not the most, emotional films, but I love them. They're just big action, adventure-y things that, things go boom. And I love it. I mean, the last bad one I think is Thor 2. That was kind of bad.
Yeah. I think they were trying too much with tying it into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Age of Ultron wasn't all that great either. But again, not a bad movie, just not great.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
Ultron came after it. So yeah, Ultron was probably the last not great movie. Yeah, I've rewatched Ultron. It has a lot of problems. But then they went, all right, we know we fucked up. Here's Civil War.
Yeah, it's like, we'll make it up to you with this brilliant storyline.
Yeah.
And emotional fight scenes. You cannot watch that fight scene at the end with Cap and Bucky versus Iron Man and just be like, Mommy, Daddy, stop fighting. I love you both. What are you doing?
Exactly. I know. It's tough. That movie's so good. I've rewatched that one way too many times.
I know, me too.
And it's on Netflix. And yeah, I've rewatched that one.
It's on the movie channel the pay-per-view movie channel that we have in the patients' rooms at work. And my vented patients may watch it 2 or 3 times a night.
Nice. So you're just coming in and out like, ooh, what part are they up to?
What part are they up to? The other movie that's on there that this happens with is Smokey and the Bandit.
Really?
Yeah. It's on. I don't know why it's on there. It's totally random that it's on there. It's been on for like 3 or 4 months. And Matt, there are just some nights, if I have 2 vented patients, both you some bitches are watching that because I can sit outside the room at my pod and chart, and at the same time look up. It's like this. Perfect. And I could a little check out a movie from my window
and watch them, move that Coors.
Yeah. That's bootlegging, son.
That is bootlegging. All right. Well, we're not going to fix all the problems with fandom. We just know it's out there, and we wish it would stop.
Well, what are you looking forward to? What are you clamoring for?
I'm definitely looking forward to Avengers. Without a doubt. Not to say I'm not looking forward to the other Marvel movies. I mean, we got whatever.
Black Panther.
Black Panther next month. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. I mean,
that'll be good.
We got Ant-Man and Wasp is later this year.
Will be enjoyable, without a doubt.
Next year we have Captain Marvel.
Yep.
We have,
and I'm curious for that because it's going to be set in the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm just curious how that's going to be.
And they just cast somebody, and I'm blanking who she is, but the guess is it's Monica Rambeau, who was Spectrum, Captain Marvel, depending what time period, and it's just an awesome character. Okay. So yeah, the Marvel movies without a doubt, but definitely the 2 Avengers movies. Beyond those, I mean, this is the new Spider-Man. Obviously, the Star Wars Episode 9. Definitely. I'm hoping Solo doesn't suck.
I hope.
I have mixed feelings, but I'll definitely be there to see it and see what happens.
It's the correct title for that movie will be Solo, a Star Wars film that we hope you will enjoy.
Yes, which you will enjoy with a red cup.
It's a little wordy, but
it is. We're working on it. We have the marketing people on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Other than
They'll
that,
come up with a cool acronym for it.
I'm trying to think. I know there's some books and stuff I'm looking forward to, but I'm blanking on what they are. I mean, if book 6 of Game of Thrones ever comes out, I am looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I enjoy those books. But yeah, it's like I'm sure there's other stuff.
And as far as wrestling, I'm looking forward to the breaking up of the Bullet Club.
Well, they just rejoined as the Baylor Club.
No, I meant in New Japan.
The New Japan. Because I was going to say, like, Baylor Club literally just started last week in the WWE.
Baylor Club, baby.
Are they down now?
Turn it down. Yeah, they turn it down. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They turned the volume down.
Because they did say it was too sweet earlier tonight.
Yes. Yep. Well, WWE owns the copyright, so they could say that.
Really? WWE owns the copyright on their Too Sweet?
Yeah, the hand symbol. Even though the hand symbol started by, what is it? A football team.
Yeah.
And that's where Scott Hall pilfered it from. Yeah, they have the hand symbol. They have the words "too sweet." Even saying it that way, even saying that "too sweet," that's copyrighted. You can't do that.
Interesting. I mean, I know that other people have tried to make money off of it and whatever.
The Young Bucks.
Yes, that's who it was. Spanky Frank wants to know when FBI is coming back.
FBI, the full-blooded Italians.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Never.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think anybody from ECW is kind of out and done at this point.
Little Vito still wrestles.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, mainly on Northeast Independence, and he still looks pretty damn good.
I don't doubt it if he's still going. And of course, he's going to go Northeast because that's where he was known, with the EC Dubs. And hey, a buddy of ours is getting back in the ring in the near future, so
yep,
we'll have to check that out.
Yes.
All right. So all we can do is stay positive, try to encourage other people to stay positive about the things they love, and see where
you got to do with passion, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Go where your passion leads you.
Yes.
But you know where my passion's leading me? To Wrestle Kingdom for the hot picks. Would you like to give us a hot pick?
Yes. So last week, what might be the biggest match in New Japan Wrestling's long history happened, and it was Alpha versus Omega, Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega, an absolute dream match in the Tokyo Dome, Wrestle Kingdom 2018, which I believe it's Wrestle Kingdom 13.
It's an automatic 6 stars because it's in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, automatic 6 stars because the Tokyo Dome. That's how it works. Yeah. Fuck Dave Mills. So this match was unbelievable. It had everything. It was brilliantly done. A lot of people going into it as fans were like, is Jericho going to be able to keep up to the New Japan style? Motherfucker, Jericho was forged in the New Japan style.
Yeah, pretty much. He pretty much went from like wrestling in Stu Hart's basement to Japan.
To Japan. Yeah. The press conferences leading up to the match was great. The match did not falter in any way at all. And you can watch the match if you subscribe to the New Japan's network of just go on over to njpw.com, or if you have Access TV, I know they are distributors for it here in America. A lot of the matches from Wrestle Kingdom were on there, slightly edited, only to fit timing and formats, and with Jim Ross doing the commentary. Which I haven't seen it with his commentary. I could just imagine that his commentary is just like icing on this cake.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I knew it happened. It also happened at 4 a.m. our time.
Yes. If you don't watch anything else on the event, which you should, because there's plenty of other great matches, definitely watch that one.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
No matter what kind of a style wrestling fan you are, that match had it all.
Yeah, I have to watch it because, again, I'm a big Jericho fan. I saw some of the promos leading up to it, and they were just so good.
The promos were unbelievable. The attacks, all of it was great.
And I believe this match is on the list.
Yes, it's on the list.
Cool. I look forward to watching that one. For me, I watched a little TV last week.
It sounds like it.
Well, no, that was last weekend. Last week, I watched a little TV show based on a comic book.
Oh.
So there was a 4-issue miniseries by Grant Morrison and Derek. I'm going to blank on his last name.
Derek Jeter!
And I'm quickly Googling. Grant Morrison and Derek Robertson. There we go. Oh. And it was called Happy. And it's the story.
Oh, no, I was thinking Chappie. Sorry.
Yes. It's the story of a hitman who is a former cop who pretty much like has a heart attack and then suddenly sees this little girl's, or sees an imaginary friend. Turns out it's this little girl's imaginary friend, and she's been kidnapped by basically an evil Santa Claus. So he is now trying to save her thanks to this little imaginary friend, while also being basically a hitman and being under attack because he learned something about the mob. He learned a password that they all want. Ooh. And 4 episodes have aired so far, and it is just insane. It is like one of the first scenes is he's in this like really dirty bathroom, washes his face, fantasizes about killing himself, where it's just kind of him, 2 guns, bang, and then it turns into a musical number with blood spraying out the top of his head. And it's this fantasy musical number, and it's just like, all right, this thing's just fucking insane and amazing, and I have to watch the whole thing. So 4 episodes out of 8 or 10 have aired so far, and they basically marathoned it last week because it wasn't on, and I'm just like, this is amazing. This is everything I loved about the comic, and then just amped up because it's a much longer story now.
Yep.
And it's so good, so good, so insane. Oh, cool. It's not like superhero-y, like no powers, nothing like that, except for the imaginary friend, and it's just over the top, like weird and graphic and just fun. It's sort of like
what it should be.
Yeah,
it should always be fun.
You know, if Quentin Tarantino did a TV series that was just, you know, even like more fantasy oriented, this is what it would be.
Huh.
So
that's cool.
Big thumbs up for Happy.
Oh, cool.
And if you
to share before you get to the wrap up.
Okay, what would you like to share?
We were talking about fandoms, right?
Yes.
We agreed. Star Wars fandom is still holding strong. For myself, for Christmas, off of the eBays, a certain drinking glass that I've been looking for a very long time. The Lando Calrissian glass from Empire Strikes Back that was available only at Burger King in very good condition. Not great condition, but good condition. I think if I put it in the dishwasher, it would definitely help as opposed to just washing it with soap and water in the sink. I'm very happy to have that.
Yeah, I had all those glasses as a kid. I don't know where they are now.
So did I.
I don't know if my parents threw them out or if they made it when they moved years and years ago. But I should find out.
I had them all.
So did I. And all mine were in pristine condition. So I also had like
I have a friend who is moving out of country. He's selling an entire set of of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi glasses.
And you didn't jump on that?
No. It's very difficult. Because, I'm still a minimalist, and I have a lot of beer glasses. So.
Oh, okay.
Because when you go to bars, they give you glasses for free sometimes.
If you don't pocket them yourself?
Yeah, you just put them in your pockets. Or you just walk out drinking it. So they don't notice. So it's like in my head, I just can't justify spending like $120 for like 5 drinking glasses when I could just go to the bar and get a beer for $5 and walk out with a glass.
I'm sure the bar appreciates it.
Well, they get those for free. They don't care.
Yeah, a lot. The branded ones they do. They don't get all of them for free. They got to pay for some of their glassware.
Yes, the ones like with their own logo on it in particular.
Yeah.
They're always like, please don't steal this. Sure, I promise. Crossies count.
And if you want to steal some glasses, we recommend ones with a Geekodrome logo. And you can find out about that if we ever made them at geekodrome.co. We'd recommend, though, subscribing to us on the iTunes or even the Google Play if you're up for that.
If you subscribe to us on iTunes, you will get a Geekodrome podcast beer glass one day.
One day. But if you're gonna subscribe, review us, shout it out, let us see. show it to us on the Twitter at Geekodrome Pod.
That's how we know where to send your glass to.
Exactly. But if you're not a Twitter person, we are on the Facebook at Geekodrome Podcast.
Yes.
Personally, I'm on the Twitter at Just John because I am just John.
You're Just John. That's you. That's who you are.
And he's Stugots, but you can find him at Don Stugots because he's the Don.
That's who I am.
Did you also know that he is a chef and he does a weekly cooking show? I know, right? It's called the Eat Up Show. It's on Facebook. And what have we been cooking, Stugots?
This week, I'm doing a little product demo for a Christmas gift I received from somebody. So I will be using this product from a well-known cooking utensil company.
Ooh.
And I will be making, actually, it's a little bit of a surprise. So you really just want to, it's like a product review / demo, and I will show you what I'm making with it.
Well, subscribe to that on the Facebooks at the Eat Up Show.
Yep.
And that's it for us this week, because we're going to go eat up. And for now, it's been Choose.